How's it going, guys? Welcome into round number 3 of the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black. I'm No Sleeves. We are going to be here for our round 3 draft show, fellas. And last time we did one of these, it popped off. Now, unfortunately, the loudest among you is no longer with us. As you saw in that little clip video prior, there was a major upset in round number 2. So we'll break all that down, and we're gonna get all the matchups figured out. We've got to figure out who's gonna play who. I have a feeling the first couple are pretty easy to figure out, but nonetheless, boys, it was a great week, capped off with that unbelievable BBB Cobra Kai series that went far too many games than what BBB and Bones proclamated. But nonetheless, we need to figure out who is going to play who. So we are down to our final 8. If you live under a rock and you're in the NHL community, I will go through the final 8 remaining. We have the number 1 seed Olympia. Have not lost a single game yet. Unbelievable performance by them. On the other side, a team that has not been talked about at all. They've just been quietly going about their business. They've dominated as well in Cohesion. They have yet to lose a single game. After them, the number 4 seed Composure. They 4-0 Dynasty in the first round, and then kind of as a shock in the second round, they took Hidden Potential a little bit earlier than I think what a lot of people anticipated, but Tendy and the boys decided that they matched up very well against them. There was a lot of trash talk from Hidden Potential, and, well, they took one game, so I guess that's something, but Composure off to an 8-1 record so far in these playoffs. After that, we've got Vertigo, probably the consensus favorite coming into this event at the end of NHL 20 and the beginning of 21. They're rolling on all cylinders, and they have yet to lose as well. So we've got a ton of teams that have just not lost a game yet. On the other side, we've got BBB, who narrowly escaped Cobra Kai and Karch, as I have a feeling I would have started today's episode with another montage. But nonetheless, Karch was put to bed a little bit later than, again, proclamated by Kenny. But here we are. BBB moves on to the third round. Then we've got Entourage. They've yet to lose as they took out Denial in round 2, and as well as Overpowered in round number 1. And then the most shocking of all in this second round, Canadians Esports, with their second straight Game 7 win. I want to get this quote right. A bunch of Hut kids, they don't stand a chance, actually moved on to the third round as they beat Royalty in the final minute, as we saw a couple of costly turnovers by, again, one outspoken community member. And they will move on to the third round. And then we've got Eclipse. Nationals selected them at the number 6 spot in the last round. Everyone kind of questioned that, and they got swept 4-0 by Eclipse. And that's going to be a great team to watch as well, as they've eliminated out Ground and Pound and Nationals in the first 2 rounds. Just a great performance by them. So we have got, again, we've got some decisions that have to be made here. We've got some representatives that are going to join on. I am going to try and get as much animosity and drama out of you guys. It took a little while last time, and it might be a little difficult because there are some classy members of the community. Well, you're all classy, but again, some of the more outspoken guys are, again, no longer with us. But nonetheless, I have to say this before we get any further, as I did vape a little dirty in that intro video. Shout out to Vape for coming on here and publicly speaking his mind, because there is far too many of you at the top of the community that will say something in an Xbox party, but will not say it in front of, a couple hundred people in the community. So I got to give Vape props for that. However, he really tough ending for him there, as they blew a 1-goal lead in the final minute on 2 costly turnovers by him. So we will get into it right away. Shorty, my man, is behind the scenes working as hard as ever. You guys don't see it. He does way too much for this event and does not get enough credit. So he is going to be running the things behind here, and we are going to get into our first selection. It is going to be Olympia, as always, the number 1 seed in the tournament. They have yet to lose a game, and McFlurry is now with us. McFlurry, are you here with me? Can you hear me?
Oh, what's up, Sleeve?
Hey, my dude. Fantastic performance yet again. You had to take on LFG, who was probably the biggest surprise coming out of round 1, as they had a tough matchup in day 1, but you did what Olympia does and just win and continue cruising right along. Before we get into your selection, again, I have a feeling that the biggest upset is probably Canadians Esports over Royalty. But among the teams again that that are left that are that consider the favorites again, give me one team right off the bat that you hope gets eliminated. As we're kind of down to the nitty gritty. There's no real hiding anymore. After again maybe one or two matchups, but give me a team that you hope to see gets eliminated this round that you won't play.
So you mean a team that I'd rather not play?
Yeah, one that you would be like, yes, that team is eliminated. That makes it easier for us.
I take Composure for sure.
Okay, you want Composure gone? Okay, all right. They're one of the favorites, and they've been playing fantastic. It's good to see them actually get off to an early start, as well as they've had some disappointing playoff exits after dominant seasons in esports events recently. So it is good to see them as we're down to the final 8, and I have a feeling the biggest surprise is pretty obvious here to you and everyone else. So I don't want to waste too much time of who you're going to pick because again I think it's kind of anticlimactic, but. Give me someone outside of yourself that you think has performed the best on your team, and is maybe even outdone his expectations on your squad.
I feel like I gotta go with Rocket still. Like he just scores a lot of goals. Like he's been obviously like this goal scorer of the team, and we wouldn't be here without him.
No,
that's
absolutely.
my opinion about it.
No, absolutely. He has been phenomenal, and it was a big shock after seeing Jakku move back to his normal side in Vertigo and then moving on from Rocket. I do need to ask, what was your opinion on the BBB Cobra Kai series? Were you enjoying it as much as the rest of us while watching it all unfold?
After all what Bone said, yeah, that made it like a lot better.
Were you cheering for Cobra Kai?
No. I mean, I like the BBB boys, but like, I knew the series would be like 6 game or 7 games. They were all like it's gonna be a 4 easy series, but no, Cobra Kai is a good team.
They are a pretty good team. I was surprised at the the boldness of them, but that is who they are. So all right, my man, let's get into your selection. Who will Olympia be playing in the 3rd round of the tournament?
With the first pick overall of the quarterfinals, we are proud to select Montreal Canadian Esports.
All right, no big surprise there, as definitely the biggest shock of the 3rd round was Canadians Esports moving on past Royalty. All right, so this is an all QC matchup essentially for the most part. Who do you think on the other team that you have to watch out for the most? I mean, obviously they aren't taken as seriously as some of the other teams yet, although we'll see how they do in this round. As if I'm not going to lie, if they were to upset you, that would definitely put them on the map in terms of the best esports teams in North America. But nonetheless, give me someone on their team that you think is the one that you have to watch the closest in this next round.
I mean, they're all odd kids, right? Hey, Vape? But all I got to say is like, they've got a good IQ, so they're good players. I'd say their center Dubs might be the one to watch because he's playing big. So defensively, he's like there and kind of he can be annoying a bit. So he's gonna be the guy to watch for sure.
He had a great playoff so far in regular season. All right, man. Well, good luck in your events. I think Shorty, are we able to grab jaredubs if he's around? If not, we'll go on to the next one if jaredubs is around.
I pinged him, but he's not responding. So.
All right, we'll see if we can talk to him a little bit, get his reaction. Obviously, not a real shock, as this one was probably the most anticipated as Canadian Esports with a huge upset over Royalty in that round. Oh, jaredubs is here. Jaredubs, hop into the Discord chat here. We'll get your reaction here, as I'm excited to talk. I mean, I feel like Fape is going to be the most discussed person on this show, and he's no longer in the tournament. Like, I just feel like that's how it's going to go. How did you feel about? Did you watch the clip video? What'd you think?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't expect it. Yeah, I saw it. It's so funny. And good job. I like it.
All right, let's see if he can get in here. All right, man. It was good talking to you, my dude, and good luck in this next event. All right, McFlurry.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Have a good one, buddy. jaredubs, hello, welcome, bonjour.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, my dude. All right, so Canadians Esports selected by Olympia. No real shock there. You had to see that coming more than likely. Talk us through the last round, my man. What happened in the final couple games? Were you confident the whole way through, or was there a point when maybe they tied it up after you getting out to a 2-0 lead that you kind of had some doubts there?
We were pretty confident. Like we said, we were pretty confident. We didn't think that Royalty was like a top 3 team entering this round. So we're pretty confident that we could beat them. And we played a great series, and it went to 7. And Vape just gave us the series at the end. It sucks for him, but
I don't
we're
know
glad
of a
we
more
finished that
poetic
game.
way for that series to end than how it did. But I've
Yeah,
got to
I
say,
know a lot of people, a lot of people like that. But they played a great series until that, and he's still a great fucking player. So you gotta respect that.
no, absolutely. He's a phenomenal player, and again, he's more outspoken, so his takes are always going to be hot, but nonetheless, man, good luck, my dude, in the third round. You've got a big task in Olympia, but if you guys can do this, my goodness, that would be one of the biggest upsets.
We're pretty confident. Like,
let's go, man.
we're-
Scrim,
we're-
man. Let's get it.
We've been doing upsets like for 2 weeks now, so it's just another week for us, and you'll see
No.
us. You'll see us next week in the show for the final 4.
I love the confidence. All right, my dude. Good luck in the third round, and we'll see you on the broadcast for sure at some point.
All right, have a good one.
All right, guys. So Canadians Esports versus Olympia is the first matchup. Again, no real surprise there. Canadians Esports, they selected Instinct in the first round, and they had to go to 7, but were able to eliminate Instinct and then took Royalty to 7, won in the final minute of the game, and they move on. So they will take on Olympia in the first round. Again, that's going to be a real tough matchup for them. All right, so moving on, we've got Cohesion in the next matchup. They are going to get the second pick of the third round as they had a phenomenal regular season. We'll see who they pick, as I believe Lemelin is going to be. Lemelin, are you here, my man?
Hello?
Hi, my dude. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just before we start here, I'd just like to take a minute to thank the San Jose Sharks, the sponsors, WD Black, Sleeves, Shorty, anyone else that had a part in organizing and running the event. It's been really fun and entertaining, and we're looking forward for more of it.
Hey, my dude, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's been a blast so far. I'm not going to lie. You guys have just been quietly dominating. I guess, it's expected. You guys had such a good regular season after forming Cohesion, and now you guys are just rolling right along. And again, playing the Generals, obviously that was a pretty easy matchup for you guys. And then Catch-22, who had a good run against Prodigy, but again, wasn't really expected to move on. Now you're into the final. You're into the final 8, and like I said, there's no real place to hide, as the remaining teams are all pretty fantastic in terms of NA esports in terms of sixes. So, are you guys excited for this next round? Are you confident to go all the way, or are you expecting long series now for throughout the rest of the 2 series?
We're a really confident bunch. I feel like we have a chance against anyone we could match up from here on. Obviously, with that being said, there's a lot of good teams left, and whoever we match, it's going to be fun hockey and really tight games.
Absolutely. So I asked McFlurry, give me a team that he would love to see eliminated, so that he wouldn't have to play in the next round. Give me a team that you would love to see eliminated, so that you wouldn't have to have a chance to play against them.
I'm going to be a bummer here and say that there's no particular team that we want to eliminate in the next round, because every team left has something different that they bring to the table. So
okay, I respect it. All right. That being said, I see there's 5 teams left that you can select from, and one kind of sticks out more than another. So we'll go ahead, Lemlin, my man. Who will Cohesion be playing in the next round?
So like I mentioned, we're very confident against anyone we play. So we actually had a hard time coming up with who we wanted to play against. Therefore, we put the names of the team that were left in the hat, and we decided to pick out their next opponent randomly. So
Hold on, hang on. Is that real? That actually happened.
Why would I lie?
Okay. Well, if it's not the one that I am expecting, all right, go ahead. Who is Cohesion gonna play after being picked out of a hat?
So the team we picked out of the hat was actually Olympia. So I guess they're lucky for not matching us this round. They're lucky this round. Maybe next round they'll be able to pick up.
Okay. Well done.
So the second team we ended up pulling out of the hat was Eclipse.
Okay, all right. You almost had me there for a second, my dude. I was like, okay, all right, here we go. But I mean, when there's so much money on the line, you guys earned the second overall pick throughout the playoffs, and you know what I mean? Eclipse has done fantastic throughout this. Give me a reason why you chose Eclipse. Actually, let me ask you this. Say Eclipse hadn't moved on. Say Eclipse isn't left, and it's the other 4 teams. Which one would you have selected?
Well, like I mentioned, I was out randomly, right?
No. You have to answer one.
What team would I pick if they moved on?
What team out of the final 4, other than Eclipse, that is available, BBB, Entourage, Composure, and Vertigo, that you would have selected?
Honestly, we weren't sure between BBB or Entourage or Eclipse. And we kept going back and forth a lot of times, and we finally ended up with just picking Eclipse.
Okay, I mean, that's, to be honest, I don't know if that's disrespect between BBB and Entourage or
No.
respect to Eclipse, because now obviously they've done so well, and now they're in that kind of group, because again, BBB, Entourage, Composure, Vertigo, Olympia, we're kind of always like in Cohesion for you know, for all intents and purposes, we're in that kind of consensus top teams. Again, Eclipse has done fantastic. Who do you think is the weak link on Eclipse in their starting lineup, if they have one?
Well, they're a very well-balanced team, but I think their 2 weaker guys would probably be Giroux or Stan Richel.
Okay,
But
all right.
Then again, like I said, all the teams that are left, they're all very good team. They're all very good players. So it's splitting hairs.
No, I agree, man. I appreciate you coming on and doing your selection, my man. Lemon, good luck in the 3rd round against Eclipse. That's going to be a great series, no doubt, and I wish you all the luck, my dude.
Thanks again, and good luck to Eclipse and all the teams left in the playoffs.
All right, Shorty. I believe, do we have Eclipse's representative? Scotty, you've got to be in here. We've got to discuss. Scotty, are you here? Hello? Can we get him on the horn? If I have to, I wish I had the clip from last show where he said Jakku was the most overrated player in NA6s, which again was kind of a hot take. And then Jakku kind of put him in a body bag. So I would like to get his reaction to being selected by Cohesion. Zaru, hop into the playoff show again. Let's go. Hello, Scotty. Are you there?
What's going on?
Hi, my dude. Welcome in. Yo, congrats on absolutely demolishing the Nationals after they selected you over other teams.
Thank you.
I think that you guys, that was a interesting pick for them to select you guys. You guys are playing fantastic. Now, what do you have to say? I mean, Lemlin said, you know, kind of the weakest links on Eclipse are you or Stammershell. Do you agree?
I mean, it is what it is. I think all of us are great players. We're all rolling right now, and I think it'll be a good series.
All right, fair enough. Do you plan to still be on Eclipse after this tournament?
Yes. So those rumors were indeed false.
Oh, were they?
I don't know where they pulled that from. So yeah, I don't know what these guys are talking about.
Jakku feeding us fake information that
Yeah.
they are playing with a new center. All right, nonetheless. I mean, hey, if it was locker room material, then it worked because you guys swept Nationals. Let's pretend that you were not selected by Cohesion and Canadian Esports, wasn't in the mix. What team would you have wanted to play?
Definitely Olympia. Those guys, without their 4 ping or whatever, just forget it.
Okay, all right. You would take on Olympia. I respect it. They have been the top dogs and haven't lost yet. But hey, I mean, shoot your shot, because I'm not gonna lie. If Eclipse beats Cohesion, I could see that being the next matchup. So you might get what you wish for if you move on past Cohesion. All right, my dude. Anything else you want to say before we move on to the next matchup?
Yeah, I don't know why this Grim guy keeps running his mouth. That guy stinks too.
All right, Grim stinks. You heard it here first as Scotty from Eclipse. My dude, good luck in the next round. Thanks for hopping on.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so it's getting spicy as usual here early on the Sharks Pacific Cup draft show presented by WD Black. We have our first 2 matchups, which means there's really only one selection left to make. And it is going to be Composure who is going to make the next pick, and they are going to decide the 2 matchups on the other side. And no matter what one they select, we have got 2 unbelievable series on the docket, as either Composure's going to play BBB or Entourage, or maybe Vertigo. I mean, that would be. I mean, they took HP in the last round, so who knows? But nonetheless, Odie, my man, you're here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, dude. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Let's
How are
go,
you?
my dude. I'm doing great, and it's been a great run so far. I need to talk about the last round. So Tendy came on and selected Hidden Potential. They were the 9th ranked team, and were deemed pretty good among the rest that was left. Again, so you guys decided to take Hidden Potential from a prior matchup, or was that just like again you wanted to prove a point, or give me the behind the scenes on that?
It wasn't really to prove a point. I felt like there was like 2 or 3 teams that were kind of in like the same caliber, and during the regular season we played HP pretty well, so we felt going into it we would match up pretty good, and we took the series. So
No, absolutely. You guys did great. You've only lost once throughout the playoffs so far, and you've only got really 3 other options left here. That being said, you see the first 2 matchups, Olympia and Canadians Esports versus Cohesion, or then Cohesion and Eclipse on the other side. Any chance at an upset in those series?
I think Olympia will easily take Canadian Esports, but Cohesion Eclipse is really good. They're really underrated. I know Gilly's been playing a lot of drafts lately, and this guy literally wins every single drafts game. So Eclipse is looking pretty good. So that'll be a really good series. But
that's good to hear. Gilly's back grinded on the sticks. You love to hear it.
But yeah.
All right. That being said, outside, I mean, did you watch the BBB Cobra Kai series, the end of it, or the Royalty Canadian Esports one?
I did see the very end of both series, and it was crazy.
Stunned at both?
I was more stunned at what happened with Royalty. I honestly thought they were going to win that series, but I mean, it was just unlucky. I don't know.
last minute, babe. He just fell apart in his own sweat, and that happens sometimes. All right, my man. So let me ask you. I asked Olympia as well as Cohesion. Give me a team that you hope other than the one you're selecting, that you hope gets eliminated so that you don't have to play them in the semifinals.
So there's 2 teams that I'm just tired of playing like every single playoffs.
I have a feeling I know one of them.
And I kind of just want to play someone new. It's like Vertigo and Entourage. I feel like we always play them in every single playoffs, every single regular season. So like, I would like them out just so that we don't have to play them again.
I can totally understand that. Now, go ahead and make your 3rd round selection, but with that I have a feeling of who you're going to take. So who is Composure going to be playing in the 3rd round?
So we're going to be selecting BBB.
Okay.
Round.
So is it only because you're tired of playing Vertigo and Entourage, or do you think that they are the easier of the 3 teams?
Well, to be honest, I think all 3 teams are really good. Honestly, from an outside perspective, I think if any one of those teams won like a series against one another, no one would really be shocked because it's so tightly contested. But I don't know. We just feel like we match up better against BBB, so we're gonna pick them.
Okay, fair enough, my man. Fair enough. All right, now give me your prediction in Vertigo and Entourage before you get out of here.
So I think did they match up last time in NA against each other?
In NA? Oh my dude, all the tournaments that I do blend together. I think
Entourage won, but
I believe so.
I honestly, this is like I'm sure it'll go 7 games and game 7 OT, but I honestly have no clue who would win that series, to be honest.
Fair enough. So you think it'll just go 7?
Yeah.
All right, my man. All right, thank you for making your selection, my dude. And good luck to you in the 3rd round, Composure BBB, 2 teams that have been around for just an absolute long time, and it's good to see them on the biggest stage. All right, man. So good luck there in the 3rd round.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Shorty. I mean, we gotta hear from the kid. Maybe his washing machine is fixed. Let's hope. Is Bones around?
Yeah, he's there.
All right, Bones. I need you to hop in. Spawn in here, my dude. I need your takes here. And it was NACL. You're right. It was NACL. I always get NACL and the NA one mixed up. We'll hear from Bones shortly So we have our 4 matchups: Olympia, Canadians Esports, Composure, BBB, Cohesion versus Eclipse, and Entourage and Vertigo. And hello, Bones.
Before anything's said, I just need to just let Karch know something.
Let him know.
Hey, shh, please quiet on the set.
Good night to you. Good night to me. Now close your eyes and go to sleep. Good night, sleep tight. Sweet dreams tonight. Good night, I love you.
Well done, my dude. Well done.
How's it going, man?
Dude, it's going well. Thank you for that. Yes, Karch was put to sleep. Now, my man, it took way too many games, and I'm not gonna lie, I called that series. BBB did not feel like they were in it, even though they were in it, if you know what I mean.
Oh
You guys
my
won
God.
2 overtime. The vibes. Give me the vibes after the first 2 games.
After they won the first 2 games, the vibes for us, what were the vibes? They were like, we knew the whole time we were gonna win, but we had never played that bad before. Like,
Let me ask you this. That goal at 2.5 seconds goes in.
Oh my God. So like our vibes weren't even that shot because like we just knew we were gonna win.
But
and
game
then in the back
3,
of our head, we're like,
the game 3 one where it gets to overtime with 2.5 left. Let me know. Like, you're telling me that the boys weren't checked out? They weren't like, oh my God.
well, I was just like, if we lose this game, I'm never playing this game again. Like I'm about to post a tweet of skates hanging up in the locker room. Like that's, if we lost that series, that was it. And like the whole team that's just kind of how it was.
Was it quiet or was it rambunctious and angry? Was it just like, ugh?
No, we like the thing with us is like we're all boys, right? So like we're just shooting the shit anyways. If we're losing, winning, like we're just talking anyways, listening to music, like fucking around. I usually yell in their ears a few times just to get the boys going, but we knew we were gonna win. And at the end of the day, like they played. Yo, shout out to them. They were actually really good. And I underestimated them a lot. But going into the second day, and I remember I talked to you about this earlier too. Like, and I was like, they played the best that they could have played like in the history of NHL. So when it was 2-2, we're like, okay, like we're obviously gonna win because they needed to win at least 3 that day. But it is what it is. Karch went to bed. It was a little past his bedtime at 10:30, but at the end of the night he was sleeping. You know.
No, absolutely. I agree. I think they needed to win one of those games in overtime. But like, my goodness, okay. First of all, Smitty. Like, talk about Smitty a little bit. Was that not one of the most ridiculous goalie performances you've faced in a series? Like, that wasn't expected.
Well, yeah, because and then I was telling you this again too in the Columbus Blue Jackets tournament. He's on our team, and we decided to go with the other goalie in playoffs because Smitty couldn't save a beach ball. And then in this, we play him, and we can't score on him. So I don't know if he got like a. I can't even say that.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Okay, was the final 15 seconds of that game some of the scariest gameplay that you've been a part of?
Dude, okay. I tell my team this every time. I have had so many concussions. I have CTE, and they're like, Bones, go watch the back door. Instead of going to poke check the defenseman, you're supposed to just sit on the guy back door. And they're like, go watch it. But I forgot that they told me to say that, so I go for the poke check. Another funny story was that Kyle told Sitful, he's like, yo, Sit, stick lift, or he's gonna stick lift you, so tie him up. And Sit just says to Kyle, he's like, dude, I don't give a shit, and he loses the face off, and then they almost score, and we're like, Kyle's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like,
Karch almost burying that one-timer backdoor. Perry bailed. I'm not gonna lie. If Perry doesn't play as well as he did, I don't think you're here talking today. As that was, as well as Smitty played, Perry in that final 3 games was absolutely insane. But it's gonna be BBB Composure. How do you feel like of all the teams that could have picked you?
yeah.
Is Composure the best one? It would have been Olympia, Cohesion, or Vertigo. So is Composure the one that you would have wanted, or would you have rather seen someone else?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like every time we play them in like a big series that matters, we've beaten them. So like we've played them so many times, we know exactly how they play. Like I'm
I'm not worried at all to play them. If we just beat ourselves at this point with penalties, we don't play. No one really cares. So it's a matter of we show up or not. Really,
The boys aren't even scrimming. You're 2 series away.
No, dude. Like no one cares, man.
You can't do it. It's wild to me.
No one cares.
All right, give me the other 3 series. Do you think? Okay, I feel like your consensus pick would be Olympia over Canadians Esports. Is it Cohesion over Eclipse?
No, I say Eclipse beats Cohesion.
Really? Okay. All right. I feel like that isn't as much of an upset as it looks like.
Cohesion doesn't score a lot, and Eclipse is grow. They score a lot. So
no, I agree.
Like what you said, Gilly's disgusting. So I could see them beating them.
But Entourage and Vertigo.
No, Vertigo's gonna take him to town, dude.
Early?
Yeah, that'll probably be done in 5.
Okay. All right. You're not a big fan of Entourage. I always get the sense that you're not a big fan of the Entourage boys.
I hate playing them because they beat us every time, but I don't think that they're very good. Every time they win, they shouldn't win, but they just win anyway. So it's like, like it is what it is. But I like a few guys on their team. I don't like a few guys on their team. Like it is what it is,
No, absolutely, my dude. Well, my man, good luck in your series against Composure. That's one that everyone's going to have their eyes on. That should be one of the better ones, 2 of the longest tenured NHL esports franchises. Yep. So good luck in round number 3, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you next week on the show.
Sounds good, my dude.
See you, bud.
Guys, watch the language, please. All right, we are through. We have our picks. It is going to be Olympia and Canadians Esports. We have Composure and BBB, Cohesion and Eclipse, and then Entourage and Vertigo. We need to hear from the Entourage and Vertigo guys because outside looking in, that is probably the most intense series. I mean, Composure, BBB, as well as 2, very, again, just well-established teams. So I want to hear from Guan. Hello, Guan?
Yo.
Yay, my man. Welcome. Dude, I'm a little sad that that Hidden Potential didn't make on just for this episode of the draft show after your tea that was spilled. But congrats on just running through Nemesis. You guys haven't lost a game yet. You got given Entourage. Would you have rather had BBB?
I mean, neither of them probably have a decent shot at taking a series from us, so I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. BBB is like a wild card. When they're all there, they're kind of tough to play. And then when they're not, it's...
They almost lose to Cobra Kai.
Yeah. But then Entourage is like, I don't know, they're proven. They've won a couple big events, so...
So are you guys. So I'm excited. This is, I think, in my opinion, I know that I love the Entourage boys, but again, nonetheless, this series... to me, just after given what Entourage has done and with the tournaments they have won, but you guys have been A, winners, and B, the more recent as well. So you guys are just the consensus or up there among the top 1, if not the top 2 teams in the entire tournament. So this is a series I think that has the biggest potential for a lengthy one. That being said, give me your prediction on it. Obviously, you think Vertigo is going to win. Is it going to go 7, or do you think that it'll be you guys can handle them quicker than that?
I mean, the last time we played them, I think, was the NHL Gamer event, NACL, and we took that one in 5. But the roster has been changed a lot since then, and I'm sure everyone knew game. So, I mean, I think we'll take it, but I don't know. It'll be a lengthy series. I don't know how long. Maybe 6. Could go 7.
Give me your takes on the other series.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So some of those other series, I like riling up the underdogs.
I was waiting for it. Let's go.
So Olympia took Canadian Esports. I mean, it looked like the logical pick, but I don't know. Those guys have been coming back every series, so
they've gone 7. They're tested. They live in the biggies, as they've gone 7 on both.
The biggest upset could be the Cohesion pick. So, I don't know, man. Gilly, Rick Chell, Giroux, Skills Pay Bills, those guys have been living on the game. So,
they do.
I don't know, man. Those guys seem ready to go.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Canadians Esports can take 2 against Olympia? In all honesty.
Yeah, I'm sure a couple of those games are going to be like 1-goal games, if not overtime. So, I think Canadians can pull out at least 1 or 2. If not the whole series, if they they get maybe they win game 1 and then somehow win game 2, then it's like a whole new series.
Give me the one team that you want out that you don't want to play in the next round.
A team I don't want to play.
Yeah, the one that you'd rather not play.
So right now we're the 4th seeded team. So I don't think we'll get a pick regardless.
Let's just say you don't get a pick and you would get picked. Give me the one that you don't want to. You'd be like, oh, thank God, okay, we don't have to deal with them no matter what.
Canadian esports, man. You know, just don't want to test our luck. You know,
the hut guys. You don't want to deal with them, eh? You don't want to deal with the 1v1 guys.
Once they get deep enough into the event, I don't know if I'd want to play those guys.
All right, fair enough, my dude. All right, anything else before you go?
I don't know, man. I just want to see one more upset before we get to that Final Four.
All right, so so obviously Canadians esports would be an upset over Olympia, and Eclipse, I guess, would be considered an upset over Cohesion. Is BBB an upset over Composure?
The Composure BBB series is like a 50-50 in my opinion. Okay. I just want to see BBB all show up. If they all show up, that's going to be a really good series.
You just want to see it go. I think it's two very contrasting
That's a 7-game series for sure. If they all just play how they can play.
I think it's a very contrasting styles. Composure very, very defensive oriented, and BBB is the opposite. So I think that it's going to definitely be really fun to watch, and I hope it does. I hope BBB can take some early so that it makes it a long series. But Composure's rolling. So, all right, my dude, thank you for hopping on, and good luck against Entourage in the 3rd round. It's going to be a great series, no doubt.
I just want to say one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Composure is rolling, but they might be rolling down the standings because Caps Gaming didn't look too great.
They did not. You 2-0'd them. All right, my man. You did. On the main stage, Vertigo did beat Composure last week in the highlighted broadcast as Guan takes his exit. All right, so I think we've got Hendry from Hi, my man.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's up, my man? Can you hear me? Oh, he's muting himself. Hello?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right, there you go. I can hear you now.
All right, my dude. You get Vertigo. First initial thoughts. Lay it on us.
I mean, like Guan said before, we've played each other a lot. Like, we kind of know each other's tendencies, and I don't know. It's gonna be a good series. That's one team that is definitely not a fun team to play against in a best of 7 series.
No, absolutely. Would you have rather played Composure?
I don't know, honestly. I think we match up better against Composure, but I also think they're maybe the better team in this event because of, like the roster. I don't know. I don't think Vertigo has their best roster.
Okay. Do you think that Rocket for Flash Davin was a pretty big downgrade?
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone knows that it was, and I don't know. Flash is a good player. It was a downgrade from what they had before with Rocket.
Fair enough. All right, give me your takes on the other series.
Other series, Olympia Canadians esports. That's gonna be an interesting matchup, honestly. All the Frenchies, they're gonna be on.
I feel like it's gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna be the fastest gameplay ever.
Well, that's definitely gonna be a fun series to watch because it's gonna be a combined ping of 100 between all 12 players, and so that'll be fun to watch. And I think Olympia wins it, but I don't know. Canadians.
Do you think it's longer than 5 games?
I think Olympia in 6.
Okay.
Olympia in 6, and then Cohesion and Eclipse. As everyone else has said, Eclipse, they've been grinding. They look really good. I don't know. When we've played them, they're a solid team. They've kind of had a different play style than a lot of other teams, and they also haven't really been around as a team for long. So it's kind of like an oddball where, like, when you're facing them, you don't really know what to expect. But Cohesion, probably the best defensive team in the game, and they're just super frustrating to play against. So I think Cohesion shuts Eclipse down just because of their team defense and wins that in 5 or 6.
Oh, really? You think that one won't go 7?
No, I mean I think Eclipse is nasty. Like, Skills and Gilly are both disgusting at the game. They're both really good, but I just think the team defense that Cohesion has is just impossible to break, honestly.
Fair enough. And what about Composure BBB?
Composure BBB, that's an awesome matchup as well. I mean, they've been playing against each other for like 4 years.
It's been a long time.
Like us, like when we were icebreakers, it was always icebreakers, Composure, BBB, always playing against each other in the finals and stuff. So I think that'll be an interesting series as well. And kind of like Guan said, if BBB shows up, they can beat anyone, but it's just a matter of fact whether they do or not. But I think Composure wins that one in 5 or 6 as well.
What's the biggest thing that Entourage has to do against Vertigo to win that series?
Injure Guan every chance we get. Don't let him break it
Hammer
out.
him, huh?
Just double team him. Fish is gonna put on the big boy build and just injure him as much as possible.
Fair enough. All right, man. Anything else before you go?
No, I don't have anything tonight, honestly.
Okay, you watched. Let me ask you this: you watched the BBB Cobra Kai and Royalty Canadians Esports?
Yeah, I saw the end of them. Definitely.
And give me your thoughts.
Cobra Kai, I think they shocked some people. They're good. They're a really good team. Like I expected that series to go long. I thought Cobra Kai might pull it out in 7, but BBB was the more veteran team. They just got it done. And then Royalty, I think that was definitely not a good thing.
Is that the final nail in Vape's esports coffin?
I don't know. Maybe it might spark some more motivation for him to come back and get some more rings, but it just depends what team it's going to be on. He'll probably be on a new team within the next month.
Yeah, probably. That was a
new team for Cabs, and then new team after Cabs, and just see where he fits the best.
All right, man. Is Vertigo winning in 7 or what?
No, we're winning in 6.
Okay, you're gonna take it.
We're confident. We're really confident in this tournament. If we can play our game, I don't know. We're confident we can beat anyone. We've proven that. So
that's like I said, it's gonna be one of the best.
Yeah, I know people say we never deserve to win. You know, we always get outplayed. We're never the better team. But I don't know. Maybe we'll win the series and maybe get some respect and go into the top 4.
We'll have to see, my dude, as you've got a big matchup against Vertigo. Thank you for hopping on, my man. It's always good talking to you.
Appreciate it. Later, buddy.
All right, boys. So we have our 4 matchups for next week. Olympia, Canadians Esports, Composure, and BBB. Cohesion and Eclipse, and then Entourage and Vertigo. I'll give you my takes, as obviously I'm not a player, but I've watched more esports in the last year than I think pretty much anyone. So, maybe we'll use this as locker room material. Maybe you guys can roast me if there's any upsets in my that we see next week. Olympia, Canadians Esports. I think if Canadians Esports doesn't win one of the first 2 games, I think they are done in 5. I think they take 1 game against Olympia. They are just an absolute insane team to watch. Olympia has been a powerhouse. The only thing that eludes them is a win in the championship. So I think that they move on pretty easily past Canadians Esports. No disrespect to jaredubs, as you gave us probably one of the best highlight reels ever, as Vape just got absolutely imploded in the final minute of that series. Composure and BBB. I thought that BBB had been playing really well since the end of NHL 20, and that Composure usually chokes or gets knocked out early at the end of NHL 20 and the beginning of 21. I just thought that they seem to dominate the regular season and not get it done in the playoffs and events. They are far enough along here now, and with the way BBB played in that last round against Karch and Cobra Kai, I think Composure wins that one in 6, even though I love the BBB boys. No disrespect. I just think that Composure is playing some of the best hockey they've played in, at least since covering NHL esports. That's no slight to BBB, though, as that should be a really, really fun series, especially if BBB takes a game or 2 early on. Cohesion and Eclipse. The one thing I'll say is I don't get to watch Cohesion enough. They've just been quietly the most, we haven't really had to discuss them at all for about a month now, as they dominated the regular season, and then the other 2 series, the 2 series they played, it was just a cakewalk for them. So that being said, we've watched Eclipse in the first round of the highlighted broadcast. They dominated Ground and Pound, which is the team that nobody wanted. The 15 teams drafted their first round matchups, and Eclipse got stuck with Ground and Pound, and they handled them easily. In fact, they handled them so well that their team literally broke up after the first night before Game 5. And then they dominated Nationals, who have been a really good team to start NHL 21. I think that one goes long, and I hope it does. I hope it isn't just, a Cohesion, beats them. I again, on paper, it looks like an upset, but as all the boys have been saying, that Eclipse has been grinding. That's good to see, and they should, because you've got $25,000 prize pool you're playing for. You need to be grinding right now. And then Entourage and Vertigo. 2 of my more favorite teams to watch, as they've just been fantastic. I love watching Guan play, as he's one of the best left defensemen. He is one of the only guys on left defense, him and, to be honest, Augie, from BBB. Again, guys that just I notice. Again, it's usually the right defenseman that has the puck more often, it seems, in esports events. But those two are always just really fun to watch. But Guan specifically, I have seen him take over games in series. I mean, we saw it in the Caps event just last week. He fired an absolute laser beam pass in the game winner to Jakku, and that lineup's so much fun to watch as well. And then Entourage, obviously, just the story with Entourage. Like, they have won the two biggest events that Sixes and NA has gotten, and now we're at the biggest ever, and I want to see if my boys from Entourage, how they do. That is going to be probably the biggest storyline in this of what's left of the final 8. I think that goes 7, and I'm not gonna say who I think wins that one. I just think that Entourage Vertigo goes 7 regardless. Guys, thank you for hanging out the round 3 draft show here on the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black. It has been a blast calling all the action and being involved in this event. It's been a dream come true to work with the Sharks, as well as covering all these games with you guys. You guys have put on unbelievable performances. That last Game 7 night, BBB and Cobra Kai, Royalty and Canadians Esports, that's why I love doing what I do. It was just hilarious to watch, and again, just super entertaining. And now we're down. There's nowhere to hide. We've got unbelievable matchups throughout. So we are going to end on this as we pay one more tribute to our man, Vape. Have a good one, guys. See you next week.